Well, hello there, everybody, for day 12. And if you're wondering why I look extra good, it's because I cut my hair last night. Myself, by the way. And I love it so much. This is exactly what I wanted, and I did it. And my favorite part is that I can put the long parts back and keep the short in the front. And then it's just like, oh, stop. Anyway, I'll bring it back to the front for you guys so you can admire me. But anywho, I totally forgot what this video was going to be about. Oh, actually, no, I'm just going to tell you. It was about my experience in college. So, I started going to the university. Wait, should I even tell you? I started going to my university in 2024. You know, that's when I graduated high school. And I was so excited. I was nervous like the whole entirety of my junior and senior year because like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? I don't know. And then I just went to the school that my sister went to. And honestly, it was litty. I went there because it was a small school. I didn't want anything too big or crazy. And I was just like, you know what? It's just college. Like, and I was like, do I even want to go to college? I want to go to community college, but unfortunately, all of the stigma around community college was like circulating around me, and I was like, nah, I gotta go to a university and spend $20,000. And so I did. When I went there, it was cool, you know, it was like school. Definitely an adjustment living in the dorms. I was roommates with my sister, so it was cool. And it wasn't bad. We even got the big room, so it was pretty litmus. But after some time, I really really loved going home. Like, I really looked forward to Thursdays, every Thursday, because that was the day I had no classes and I could just go home. You know, I made friends my first class day, and that was my friend group the whole time I was there. Had people come in, had people leave the friend group. Drama for your mama, but it's okay because they were amazing friends. I learned so much. I hope that I was a good friend, although I know I was so antisocial, dude, because I was just like, low-key, I was depressed at school there. But not because I hated my life or because it was horrible. I had a good thing going, honestly, but every single day, it got to a certain point where I would try and stay home as long as I possibly could. I would skip classes so I can stay home extra days. And the amount of money we spent on Ubers, guys, because we didn't have a car, couldn't drive, me or my sister. I didn't know how to take the bus by myself, and I was scared because the first time I went on the bus with my sister, someone started smoking crack in front of us, and I was like, oh no, I cannot be around coke or crack or cocaine. I cannot. It freaks me out way too much. So, you know, we did take the bus, but that was only the days we both went back together. But she stayed at the school more than I did, and I wanted to go back every chance I possibly could. And so it got to a point where I would wake up so anxious while I was at home because I knew I would have to go back to school. It was bad, y'all. I would wake up with like my heart beating, and I would just feel so like dead inside. And I was just like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to go there. And it doesn't feel good for me to be there. Like, yeah, the school, I'm so grateful for it all. I have 4.0. I had a 4.0. I was doing good in all my classes, you know, but it was just like, it didn't feel right. I just felt like I was wearing shoes that were way too small, and I forced my foot in there. I was walking around, and it hurt so bad because the shoes didn't fucking fit, and I'm just like, oh my God, I want to take these shoes off. Like, this is horrible, you know? And it got to a point where one time, not even one time, I have a video because I record myself talking on Snapchat all the time and just save it to my memories. And it got to a point where one time I told my friends, or not even tell them yet, I had recorded a video talking about how I sent my little sister an Instagram reel, and it was like 2 something, but she wouldn't even get to see the reel until like 3 p.m. because that's when she gets out of school. And so I was thinking, you know what? She gets out of school at 3 or 2:45. And then she goes home and her whole day is done. Like, she gets to go home. That's the whole thing. I was like, she gets to go home and her whole day is done. And my class starts at 3:30 and my day ends at 6:30 p.m. And I sat there in that video for a whole freaking 30 seconds, like, zoning out, like, what the fuck is my life, honestly? Because that didn't make me happy. I was literally miserable there. And I'm not saying it's because of the friends. It wasn't because of the school. It wasn't because of the workload. It was genuinely because I felt like I did not belong there. I did not want to be there. I felt welcomed. I felt everything good, but it just didn't feel right in my soul. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I don't belong here. And so in that video, I was just talking, and I said, and I quote, because I watched this about 30 minutes ago, my favorite part of my day is going to bed. Just because I don't want to think anymore. Just because I don't want to have to think about school or be anxious, just so I can go to bed. And I literally used to say, every time I go to sleep, I used to pray and hope that every time I would wake up, it was Thursday so I could go back home. Even though I know it wasn't going to be Thursday if it was a fucking Monday, but I would literally hope, like, maybe if I could just, you know, reality shift to Thursday and just go home, that'd be lit. That'd be awesomeness, you know? And it was never Thursday. No. And one time I told my friends this because I was like, I don't really tell people about my emotions or how I'm feeling or my life much. But let me just like slip this in there a little bit and see how it goes. And I was like, well, I love going to sleep. My favorite part of my day is going to bed. And then they're like, are you okay? And it was a joke, right? Like, it was played off as a joke, but I was like, oh no, I'm actually not okay, but you know, it's all right. And I don't know. It was just like, thinking about it, my whole experience there, it was cool. It was a fun experience, and I'm glad I went so I could experience and see that I didn't like it. But no one's asked me this because I guess it's a taboo topic in my freaking entirety of my family, which is, do you regret dropping out of school, dropping out of college? And they want me to go back to school so bad and want me to study and study and study. I'm like, okay, I understand. They have a lot of internal fears about whatever. But me, I'm not scared of shit. My life is going to turn out amazing and perfect, and it already is. So, you know? And I'm like, it wasn't a big thing. Like, nobody really wanted to talk about me dropping out of school. But honestly, I don't regret doing it one bit. I actually am very proud of myself for doing it because I didn't feel right there. It didn't feel good. It was making me depressed, and it wasn't because I couldn't handle the workload. Listen, that wasn't it. It's not because I didn't want to do school. It wasn't because I didn't have any friends. It was literally because I felt like I did not belong there. And so then I made the decision, you know what? I'm gonna do what feels good for me. And it was to go back home. Was I scared as fuck? Yeah, because I didn't know what I was gonna do with my life. And I was like, oh my God, everyone's gonna think all these things about me. I'm just gonna be a fucking college dropout, and what am I gonna do? It's okay. I am where I am, and I know that this is exactly where I need to be in order to get to where I need to go. And I have grown so much as me, as an individual, from where I once was. And I'm just like, honestly, I'm grateful that my family, not even like my immediate family, but it's like, you know, the extended family, you know, like the grandparents. I'm very grateful that they really care about me and want what's best for me. But sometimes, guys, people can tell you what they think is best for you, but they'll never really know what's best for you. Sometimes they don't even really know you like that. Like, I love my family so much, but sometimes, like, they actually don't really know me that much. And it's not because they don't want to get to know me. It's because I just don't show them that, because I don't know. I really don't know. But they can think they know what's best for you, and they're gonna give you a whole bunch of advice because they want what's best for you, and that's what they think is best, you know? But if you know what's right for you, and you know that even through all the circumstances and things that may be pushing against you, that you will persevere and you are going to get exactly to where you need to go, everything is outside noise. And that's really something I had to learn, was to like tune down, to literally tune out and turn down all of the external noise of what everyone thinks I should do with my life. And sometimes I even feel like, am I doing what's right? Because I do a lot of shit behind the scenes that I don't tell anybody about and that nobody knows about. So sometimes from a viewpoint of others, it can look like I'm doing absolutely nothing, you know? But if you know your truth, then that's it. That's literally it. Because at the end of the day, you create your life. You create your reality. And yeah, that's honestly it. If you are working towards your goals and you are doing what you need to do, there's no problems in it. Now, I can understand if you are doing that, but you're lacking some accountability, because I've gone through that too. But yeah. Anyway, moral of the story is follow your heart and not your mind. Follow your heart. Make risks. If you're fucking young, make the biggest risks of your life, because fuck it. What's the big deal? I can always go back to school. I can always go back, and I am going back to school. I'm literally doing my own schooling because I can teach myself, you know? Everyone's viewpoints are going to be different. Stick to what you believe in, but be open-minded, and at the same time, follow your heart. Follow your heart, take risks, fuck up, and then learn. That's literally the entirety of life, is to fuck up and learn. Now take advice about things that you can take advice about. So if you're like opening a business or something, take some advice from people who've opened up a business, you know, so that you don't have to make the same mistakes everyone else did. So you can just skip forward. But then when it comes to you in the business, then you can fuck up your own way, you know, and then learn from that. And then you can teach that. So yeah, I guess this video is me talking about my college experience. Mostly, I don't know, I feel like I talk about college a lot, but that's only because sometimes I still think about if I had made the right decision, but every day I'm like, I get confirmation that I indeed made the right decision. There's not a single day that goes by where I miss college. Not a single day goes by. I'm still very grateful for it, but there's so many things that I want to do with my life now, and goals that I'm working towards right now, that area of my life would have no place in now. And honestly, I think it really had to happen where I had to experience that, see it wasn't for me, learn the biggest thing college taught me, besides fucking that I'm a great writer, which I already knew, was about myself and about the kind of person I am, and helped me grow into this person that I am today. Yeah, it taught me about who I am within friendships, about being truthful to myself, and really taught me that I was a huge fucking people pleaser. Yeah. And now I feel like I'm more prepared to take on the future that I am meant to follow. Because my life is unconventional. And my life will never look like anybody else's, because my life is special. And your life is special. But this is my reality. So I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, and I'm going to end up exactly where I need to be. And you can too. Anyway, I hope this helped you in any way, shape, or form, or maybe it was just a fun little story time. Love y'all so much. Let me know if you like my haircut, because I know you do. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.